Ini.
What?
Bring pen and paper. Let's do shopping list. Next one. Number 1 on the list. Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Juice.
Juice.
Chicken and turkey.
Chicken and turkey.
Granite.
Peanuts.
What's wrong with you?
Huh?
I'm talking, you're saying peanuts, cucumber. It's not English. It's not English. Tell me.
English.
Shut up! I've been speaking English even before you were born. Over there playing pompous. My friend writes.
Okay,
Rubbish. Balsamic vinegar.
About
Curry and thyme. That's it. Rubbish.
how should I put it?
On my head. On my head. Put it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, hi everybody. My name is Deola Friday, and my guest today is Deola the beautiful,
Hello,
exciting, delectable Deola. That's her signature move. I just want to put that out there. That is her that dance thing she just did is the leg work of the hand and the
Yes.
face that she does. And shout out to you, Deola. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, you wanna be giving us soft voice
Yes,
today.
soft,
It's it's
soft
soft,
life.
okay.
Yes,
Soft life, okay.
everything.
Okay, so we shout out to Ini, aka Heritage, aka Ini Cash on TikTok. And I cannot remember the name of the girl he did that skit with. I know she dances. I know she's in this Adekunle Gold video. I cannot remember. I can't remember. I think it's Adekunle Gold and Davido. I can't remember the name of it, but I can't remember her name. Shout out to them. That was like a very fun, a very a very fun skit. Thoughts?
Oh, that reminds me of my childhood.
Oh my god! I thought you skipped that. I thought
no.
you managed to skip that. No, balsamic.
Balsamic. Yeah, I'm telling you how to pronounce it, and you're correcting me.
You're telling me.
Sorry, sorry, man.
I think it's always like that. Like for a while, you kind of like have to take everything, and then you get to a stage where it's like, respectfully, you did not send me to school to be correcting me again on top of everything. So, I guess they parents will always have where they, as my people say, what they see sitting down, we will not see even standing.
Even on the mountaintop.
So with the balsamic, yes, we will win with that one. With the cucumber, we'll win with that one. But with the actual things that matter, the major things, they trump us any day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're playing ditch or keep first and foremost. And so if you're watching the breakdown with Biodo for the first time, this particular game is very simple and you will have fun. If you're watching the replay, let us know. Put your location in the comments. What state are you watching us from? What's your favorite game to play? And when we finish, let us know what you think. So we're playing ditch or keep, and we're playing it with parenting trends. So, if I mention a scenario, I mention something, just tell me if you will ditch that parenting trend or if you will keep it. Like when you become a parent, is it something you'd like to do? Or is it something you're like, let's keep this? And if it's time to ditch it, be like, okay, we're ditching this. So parenting trends, first thing is keeping your kids in economy while you fly business class or fly first class.
Ditch. That's off ahead. So you want to sit here and be enjoying the good life, but because I'm not working, you want me to be in the back. What if someone come and kidnap me in the back? How would you feel?
Where are they going to take you off to? Where are they going to take
The
you
bathroom.
Oh.
And then they will just flush me down the toilet. Is that what you want?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The blackmail of it all. Wow, the blackmail is you're
No,
something, Deola.
they didn't think of it like that.
They did not.
And you know, there's
Hmm.
also the emergency exits. And you know, people
Exit.
complain now. They're
They
crazy.
can
What did they
open it
exactly? And just fling me out the sky. Keep me next to you. Keep me close.
in first class.
Yes, in first class, in business,
In
so we can be
business.
enjoying the good things of life together. Is that not what you
Yeah.
brought me here for? Let me spend
To
your money.
enjoy.
Yes.
Hmm. You're right. You're right. So, but what are your thoughts on people saying, you know what, when I was younger, I couldn't afford to sit in first class.
Mm.
I had to work really hard, and I don't want my kids to feel like entitled, and that's why I want to keep them in economy. So when they get to the business class time, they kind of understand that there's so many people in economy, and this is like a step up, something like that. What do you think?
But can't you explain that? Is it not by mouth that you can explain to them? This is not how life is every day. Oh. Just know, in order for you to sit here, the amount of overtime I had to put in.
Not overtime.
Please let us respect this sitting. Don't do anyhow. If I give you I, understand what the I means. You don't have to put me in the back. I understand.
Mhm.
Talk to me. Talk to me direct. We don't
Don't go through the corners.
exactly.
Okay, okay, no problem. So you went with ditch on that one. So number two is calling everyone your uncle or your auntie.
Mm-mm. I don't ditch simply because I went to Nigeria in 2018 for my cousin's wedding. One guy tapped me in the back of my neck, like, "Excuse me." I said, "Hey." He said, "You cannot greet me. I'm your uncle. I was at your naming ceremony."
I
I
love
said,
it.
"Naming." I don't even remember all the names that they gave me. Please, please, sir,
I
don't
love
be
it.
offended. Good
Oh
morning, good
my
afternoon, good
god.
evening.
Oh
I don't,
joy.
I don't know you. Please don't
I
touch
love
me."
it. I
But
love it.
in all reality, I don't think like everyone is your child's uncle. That's a term of endearment for some people that they feel close to. So you can't just
Mm.
be calling any and everyone uncle, auntie. Ma or sa is fine for those that they don't feel close to, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone is not your uncle.
Yeah, boundaries, right?
Yeah, there are definitely boundaries, and if you teach kids early on, that's something that they can carry out as they get older.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that one because it's we all need to have our pizza circles. There are those people who are close to us, and then there are those people that are not so close to us but we love, and those that are not so close. And so the circles widen. And it's okay to have people that are,
The
they
crust,
are,
the pizza.
yes, they are family friends, but they're not aunties. They are associates of the family, but they are not uncles, And that way, I think that would really help when it comes to um, maybe like grooming or abuse, like the beginnings of it, being able to say, no, you don't get to do that. I don't
Yeah,
get to spend this time with you. You don't get to keep me in a closed place and tell me to keep a secret because who are you?
but
You know? So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. So two ditches. Okay. Are we going to keep anything? Let's see. Yeah, so if you're watching, what are your thoughts? The first thing is, do you think it's okay for parents to leave their kids in economy and they will sit down in business class because, well, they worked for it, they bought the ticket? And do you think it's wrong or it's right to call, all your family friends, everybody that comes around, uncle or auntie? What are your thoughts? Um, Number three is asking your kids to leave when adults are talking.
keep definitely
Okay.
keep because there are certain conversations that adults have that children should not be privy to because it's going to make them grow up too fast. There are certain things that
Mm,
kids don't need to know at
no.
specific ages. So having your child leave the room when you're having a conversation about something deep or something that they might not understand in that age that they're in, that's completely understandable.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely see why you would say that. And but what do you think about just the expectation of do you think the child should just leave, or do you think it's necessary to be able to say, okay, please excuse us? Because like some people feel like, oh, what are you still doing here? boom, boom, boom.
I feel like in the beginning stages, you can ask the child to leave, so that way they understand. Okay, this is not a conversation that I need to be present for, and maybe as they get older, they'll be able to pick up on it. And at that point, they'll just be able to automatically leave, when they are able to like read the room, and be like, okay, I'm going to exit stage left because you
Once you
people are
just
going.
see like
You
bye,
people are talking about that one. It's okay. I'll
let me
just go.
excuse you. I love that you even went there because some things adults will talk about. They are necessary conversations when it comes to other human beings, but children don't need to hear about it about that person because then
Mm-hmm.
they're developing
A perception of that person.
of that person, but it doesn't really concern them,
Mm-mm.
right? It doesn't concern them. They shouldn't really be talking. And I was that kid. I was that kid that if you said, Auntie so and so left her husband, when Auntie so and so
Oh, me
comes, I'll be
too.
like, they said you left your
I'm gonna be like, auntie,
husband.
how is uncle?
They said, I wouldn't even no, I wouldn't even do that. I'd be like,
Oh, no, me,
wow,
I
they
will
said
ask
you
you.
left your husband.
Me, I will ask. I'm gonna be
You
like,
know,
auntie,
I
how
would
far,
ask.
uncle? This one we haven't seen him in
I
how many months?
wouldn't I wouldn't ask, and you know how long then the kind of papaws you get for doing
Uh-huh.
something like that.
I was gonna be
But
like,
I would not ask. I would just. But my parents were good at saying "excuse me" or switching languages. I don't know.
when they start speaking the deep
The
Urobo,
Ojibwe
Shekiri or Yoruba, I'm just like, let what's going on
Yes,
here?
the deep deeps. When they start speaking the deep deeps, this is not my cup of tea.
It's
Let me
okay,
use this one to go and play with
just
sand outside, and then you just excuse yourself. I'm talking about for myself now. So if you're watching, let us know what do you think? Do you think, and what do you practice if you're a parent?
um
Do you think you should let your kids? I think the con of sending your kids out every time is that they might miss out on interacting with adults. And then how do you know when to stop telling them to leave? And then why don't you leave?
well, if your child is
Why do
anything,
you find a place to go
if
and
your child
have
is
this
anything
conversation?
like me, I'm going to be outside the door listening in with a cup to my ear, like, oh my god,
No
wow.
tea. Not
Ah,
the tea and the
and
cup
then
of tea.
I, I think I started doing that when I was like 12, and then I'll go meet my mom. Mommy, I heard that you were saying, so that's what happened. Oh my god! And she was like, "What's your problem?"
That is so funny. How did you even think about? You must have watched that
On
in some
TV,
kind
yeah.
of yeah. You must have watched that on TV. Oh my god, TV. Okay, so let us know if you're watching. Like, do you think kids should be asked to leave when adults are having a conversation? What are your thoughts? You're just hearing what Deola and I have been saying. And then I think number four is teaching your kids how to speak your native language. Keep or
Keep, keep, because that's one thing I wish I can do today. Like, granted, I understand Yoruba to a certain extent. I understand Urdu and Shekiri to a certain extent, but being able to speak it fluently, that is a skill that I wish I had. And even in my small age of yes, thank um I still like I would love to learn how to speak it, but now that I sit here and try to speak it, I feel like I sound weird or off trying to
no, don't let that get into your head. And I know what you're saying because people always used to tell me that from when I was a kid. Oh, you sound so off.
they said
You
you
know,
sound American, you're not saying it right.
just keep going. Just keep doing it. Keep
No,
speaking with other people.
they're discouraging me.
No, don't even, because the same people who will say that are the same people that will say you don't know how to speak it.
Hmm.
So don't even pay attention to people who say that. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Like capital I, ignore. But yes, definitely keep. But you know what? Robo people, and my husband's a Robo.
Yeah,
Robo people is Shakiri. All of you guys, your movie industry has to step up because one thing that has helped Yoruba kids with speaking Yoruba is the movie industry.
yeah,
The movie
definitely.
industry, minus all those crazy subtitles that we used to have before, that they will say somebody jumped, they'll say the person died. Like, minus all those mad situations. I will personally tell you that speaking Yoruba itself, movies help. Speaking Owo, yes, Owo was always spoken at the house, but speaking Yoruba itself, movies definitely helped. So, yes, Yoruba people from the South and all of you, your movie industry, you guys need to start having some in the language movies.
The fact that we even have movie industry, that's news to me. It shocked me.
No, you don't. But
Oh,
I'm just
we thank God.
Yes, I think what happened is they kind of just merged with the
Nollywood.
Western,
Yeah.
yeah, with the with the Yoruba culture because of the size of that industry, and most of the big wigs they claim to be Yoruba, but if you have some ties to the South, do one or two or three movies in your language and let's see what happens. You would
I,
get investors. I believe they would get investors. People would support.
I'm
People
among
would
the people.
support like your
I'm among the
local
people that we support.
senators. Yeah, your local senators, your Robo and Ishakiri people abroad. Like start a Kickstarter. Do something. Like I think it will be worth it. I think so. Um, Okay, number 5, I believe, is sharing your kids' photos online without asking for permission. Does your mom ask you for permission before she shares your
Of
pictures?
course not. Of and I feel like parents, they'll use the most embarrassing picture. To, I remember this one, my 21st birthday. I will never forget it. My mom used my baby picture. In this baby picture, I have
Oh
no
my
hair.
God. Oh
Like it was patches of hair. We thank, and then the prayer that she said was so sweet. And I'm just like, this is the picture of all the pictures that you have of me, of all the pictures that I've sent you, that I've taken on your phone. This is this one of me
yeah.
looking like a Cabbage Patch doll. This is the one you just
No, the cabbage patch. Oh,
ah.
no.
For now, I said it's
That's
okay.
that's when you were the most adorable. That's what she's trying to tell you. And
When I
that was
didn't
when
have
you
hair.
were the most adorable, when you didn't have hair, when you couldn't really talk,
Thank God.
when you couldn't respond to her.
Mm.
Yes, that was when you were like so cute. But anyways, and I think there's one last one. So you said ditch or keep?
Keep
No.
ditch. Please don't. It's not me. You come and embarrass. And that picture is someone will sit here and save it to their phone and be like, I have this picture of you. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
delete.
Okay, and the last one is having your mom stay with you until no, having your mom stay with you when you have a baby, taking care of you and the baby. See how your face changed.
Please.
You don't like soft hair, Abby.
That's
Yeah.
all. I told you, soft life. Soft life.
See how your face changed.
Um,
I saw it.
having
Mm.
your mom stay with you after you have a baby, keep, because I feel like like traditionally that's
Mm.
something, it's helpful because you don't want to be dealing with baby crying at 6 o'clock in the morning. You are trying to get ready for work. You have to sit here and change that. Mm-mm. Mommy, you remember the grandchild that you asked for? Oh yeah, come on. By all means, just
That
yes,
is
carry.
hilarious. Come and take care of your grandchild that you
Yes,
prayed for.
that
For this child, I prayed.
the child that you've been asking me for after my first degree. Oh yeah, come and collect. Carry
That's
go.
hilarious. Okay, so that was the last one on our ditch or keep. So let us know, guys. What do you think? Which one do you think we should ditch? Which ones do you think we should keep? And what other parenting trends would you like us to talk about in future? Like, are there any other parenting trends? I know in the States, there are like other wild parenting trends I've seen. I don't know which one you've seen, but I'm not with the naming a child X, naming a child, Apple, naming a child,
Apple,
or just
like the
weirdness.
fruit, like
Yes, like the fruit. Yes, like the fruit,
it
just
is.
like that. Because I'm thinking, I know some rich people don't, their kids will be tutored at home, but minus that, if there is a chance that your child will not be tutored at home, if there is a chance they will have to be in a classroom with a name like Apple, just don't do what your child will use to use their naked chest to ship it for you in future. That's all I'll say. That's all. That is all. I'll say. Have you seen any wild parenting trends in the States or somewhere else that makes you just be like, nah?
Um, in in the States, I know like a lot of people they're trying to get behind like gentle parenting. I
It depends
the
if your child
the
has
the the
gentle
the,
genes.
the, the Nigerian upbringing that I received, it was not gentle. So there's that. I don't think I feel would gentle parenting work with my generation. I honestly think so because it's not every time you beating your child.
No, but I was going to say there should be. I'm not even for the beating at all. I'm not even for the beating at all. But there has to be middle ground.
Would the middle ground be the African style punishments? Oh yeah, go and sit on the wall for an hour on the wall.
And that one is extreme, but there's nothing wrong with sitting on the wall. You're glued to rebuild. Your tenacity, your perseverance, all those things, like they're all necessary. I think they're all necessary.
How early?
Well, as early as the
Mm-hmm.
child knows when they are wrong or when they are right.
Mm,
Not when they're babies, not when they are, there's consequences for stuff that one does wrong at certain stages. And at some stages, they are not understanding the wrong versus right part of life. If
nice.
you trigger it too early, you'll make them afraid. You will end up with children who are afraid of their shadows. You don't want that.
It's me. I'm afraid of
But
my
that
child.
was the way. But that was the way many African
Mhm.
kids and even communal kids. I wouldn't even say African. Anyone raised in a culture that is community based, like your
Yeah.
neighbor raises you, you raise your neighbor like
It
that.
takes a village, people.
The anyone with the it takes a village
Yeah.
culture was raised the same. Even people born in the US whose parents were born in the US who were raised in the South, that was their
Yeah.
experience too. Your neighbor could come and you
And then
know
you go home and then you get a double portion.
yeah.
There you go.
So I think it's just the community, but it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. If I have a child, I need to let my village understand that this is what I want for my child. This
Mhm.
is a no no. This is a yes yes. And anyone who does the no no can shift out of my village. That's how it works. That's how it should work.
Yes.
But that has to happen even before you have the
Village
child.
girl.
Understanding that the village is yours to curate. The village is not just up in the air. But anyway, before I start preaching, so we're moving on to the we're moving on to the second part of our breakdown today, and we'll be talking about airline or flight etiquette. I'm not going to lie, is it just me? But in the last 2 years since the pandemic, it's like people
Everywhere.
went crazy.
No, it's not like it's people have actually gone
People
crazy.
went people
Yeah.
went crazy, especially when it comes to flying. It's like that vaccine that you people collected. It's
Yeah.
like
It some of us it resetted our factory settings. So instead of us behaving normally, people are now starting to move mad. But
moving mad.
yeah,
Mm, yeah. I've seen a lot of wild stuff going on. Um, yeah, I've just seen a lot of wild stuff going on. I think the last time you and I were on the same flight, it was pretty calm though.
we thank God.
I think if anything, we were the wildest on that flight.
No,
It was,
we
yes,
just
I
loud.
know.
We were just. It's because
Yes,
we
yes,
traveled.
but
We traveled.
yes, but everybody else was quiet. Everybody else
You cannot
was
bring a
quiet.
group of like 6 to 8 Nigerian people together and expect us to keep quiet. There's no sense in that place. But at
I,
least we did not get put on the no-fly list. We
you
behaved
know,
ourselves. We
there's
are
no way I'm
sensible.
landing at
We are
the plane.
sensible people.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but did you speaking of sensible, right? Speaking of sensible, do you think that it's a matter of what do you think it is? If we're being serious now, do you think it's a matter of maybe people don't know how to behave anymore? Or do you think people are paranoid? What is it?
I feel like it truly boils down to people not fearing the consequences of their behavior because being put on the no-fly list as someone who
Mhm.
enjoys traveling, there is
Yeah,
nothing you can do to me that's going to make me come out of character at the airports. If you
yeah.
like, stone me. I would do like Jesus, turn the other cheek and we move as soon as I
Mm.
land. don't worry, I will sue you. I will collect my money and we move. But
Yeah.
coming out of character for for something that can restrict how you move for the rest of your life, they
Yeah.
they don't fear that. I don't know if it's because they're like, oh, I'll use a sheep. This-
Not a sheep.
uh, Maybe they have
Not
other
a sheep.
alternatives or other modes of
Mhm.
transportation. But as for me, I like
Not a
flying.
sheep.
I don't want to be on somebody's water. Waves is
Uh-huh.
tossing me left and right. That's not the soft life God intended for me. Please.
You don't want to go on a cruise?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No?
I've never been on a cruise, and with everything from the pandemic till now, with the way boats would just stop on the water, and they say, "Oh, we don't have water access." In the middle of water, you don't have access to water. Alaye, please. This I don't want to suffer.
Really? Oh my
It's
god.
not for
Okay, so
me.
I'm going to share something. I'm going to share something like a video about something that happened recently and just get your thoughts
Yeah.
on this situation. And if you're watching, we want to know, what do you think is happening in this video? I have my own, like, my mind is divided between my African self and my normal self. But let's see what happens. Let's see. Um, yes. Let us see what happens.
Can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so thoughts. Thoughts. Would you have got off the plane immediately? My own problem in this whole thing is the person that is not real. Show us now. Show us the person.
I don't want to see the
I
person.
want to see the
No. Because if the person is actually not real, please, I will melt. I will melt.
So
What is that?
would you have said, you know what? I like to calm down. Let me calm down. Or would you have stayed in a pressurized cabin with somebody that is not real?
If I'm
That's the
staying in the cabin, just know that the entire plane ride, we are praying.
in
Like
tongues,
in
prayer language,
oh my god,
prayer
like we are
language.
praying in the spirits until
Yes.
until we land. Actually, until we reach baggage claim, we are praying in the spirits because whatever it is that's not real, we bind
Mhm.
you in the physical as well as the spiritual. Please don't near me. That's the.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
I feel like this video, given what's going on in like Congress today, and they have admitted that aliens are real. Me,
Mhm.
I will leave the plane. It's not me and you that is going to be doing competition about whether or not you are real or not real. I will. Excuse me, flight attendant. I know I noticed that we have not departed yet, and as I am right now, I'm not feeling safe. So, what would be the best option or alternative that you people can present to me for me to still make it to my destination? Because whatever it is that she's seeing, I don't want to use my eyes to see it, but just remove me from the vicinity. Thank you. Call me. It's not me and you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, do you think she was using? Do you think? What do you think?
I feel like because we didn't see what she was talking about, she
You
might
see
have.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we didn't see what she was talking about. It might have been her having like a mental health like episode,
Hmm.
and or it might be drugs because you never know.
You never know. It could be that she was having like a bad reaction to something
Something.
regular, because that has happened to someone that I know. Like they took something that they would take on a regular day, but that day they took it with a very with espresso, and somehow the combination of both just that was, yeah. So you never know, but I still think about that, and I'm like, what? Why didn't you just show who the person
Mm.
was? And then later we're hearing that she said the person's eyes were completely black. There were no like whites in their eyes. There was just all this wild stuff. And just like Deola said, you have to stay prayed up. And it's not something that you just start doing when you're on the plane. It's not those ones that turbulence will happen. You'll now start being like,
No, from
oh,
the
it has to
trip,
be
from
like,
the car,
yes.
from the car ride to the airport.
No, it has to even be lifestyle. It has to just
Yes.
be a lifestyle. It's not that every time that you pray, God is like, who is chasing that person again? Because it's only when they're chasing that person that they show up. You can't be a user like that. You
Yes.
have to keep checking in with God, because that's what prayer is. Prayer is checking in, right? Prayer is checking in. Okay, so this are a couple of through the three list.com. They came up with this long list of airline etiquettes, what we're supposed to be doing, like unwritten rules, airline etiquette. So you tell me what you think, and if it's happened to you before or something like that. Number one, never ask someone if you can skip them on the security line.
That is true, because last, are we not all going to the same place?
Mhm.
Unless you're like running late for your flight, and in that case, I'm only going to let you get in front of me if like someone from TSA is escorting you. Because if you're just trying to trans me, I like, please, we both paid for our flights equally. Please, just wait your turn. We will get there last.
Last, we'll all chop breakfast.
Yes.
It's okay. Number two, don't get upset if the TSA agents are rude to you.
I will get upset, because the same way. No. The same way you are a human being, me too. I'm a human being. I'm not the person that vexed you. Why am I the one receiving the backlash of your
The
vexation?
fallout.
Yes, like, let's not do that. I'm saying good morning. I'm displaying that my parents raised me right and I have manners, and you're sitting there like, why? Please let us be coming down.
If you ask me, I'm not seeing a TSA agent as rude as a DMV person.
Oh yes.
If you ask me.
Oh yeah, the people
Because the rudeness I get at the motor vehicle place
Ah.
is deep. I'm like, what happened? They need to give you guys free donuts, because what is happening?
they need to give them free. No, it's free food, breakfast and lunch. I feel like that would lighten their moods, because then that's two expenses that they don't have to worry about.
It's something else. It's something else. Number three is don't cause a traffic jam at security check. You know those people that they will wear like 50 different clothes,
Oh
and
my
then they
God.
have to bring out bin after bin after bin
Oh
after
my
bin.
God.
Then they walk up to the whatever, and then it will make a noise, and then they take their earrings off, and it will make a noise. They take their bracelet off. I'm like, what is this? I'm like looking around me like, are we being pranked? Are you joking? What is going on? Don't you want to live a peaceful life? Like, what's
No,
happening? I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
people don't like peace. Recently, because recently I traveled to Atlanta from one of my friends' weddings. On the trip over, I'm waiting in the security line to go through the metal detector. Some guy had, he had everything from belts, shoes, everything still on his body. Mind you, from as soon as you line up, they're telling you what to take off. So I don't. He didn't have hearing aid. He's not deaf. There's nothing is doing him as far as the human eye can see. He waits till we get in front of
The human eye.
the metal detector. Oh, I have to take off my belt. He takes off belts, passes through. He's still beeping. Oh, I have my keys in my wallet in my pants. Uncle, are you all right? Like, do you need help? Because I'm here to help. I will assist you, but
What's your own ITSA? What do you
like,
mean? We're here to help.
no, like I want to be a helpful person. I want to understand. No, like I really want to understand. So I was like, so we waited for 5 minutes. The line backed up. They Kukuma opened the other line. They were like, you people just passed through. I said, thank you. May God bless you. I get to the end of the security checkpoint. Guy is still offering. I said, you know what? His problem it's not physical. His own is deep. It runs deep because it shouldn't take you this long. Everything is still on your body, but you see all the rest of us around you. We're often removing shoe, we're removing belts, we're removing jackets. Your own is not like that.
Wow. I'm skipping a few.
Mhm.
Number 9, if you cannot lift your own bag, don't carry it on.
No, because you know how some days, you know, you know how some days every your body is cooperating with you and you're moving normally, and then one day like this, the day that you are traveling, that's the day your back wants to start paining you, and you cannot come
Mhm.
and start lifting. So we have to. This is why we have to show compassion to one another. We are all in this together. Please, if you see me struggling to lift bag, Joe,
My,
assist me. And as you're assisting me, so your destiny helper will locate you and they will assist you in the future. The prayer that I'm praying for on your behalf as you are helping me, you don't know.
oh my God.
Please,
Amen.
ah,
If you're watching us, what is one thing that you would like for people to just know when they're flying? Don't do this. Like, what has your experience been? The next thing is save your farts for the bathroom. There is nothing more ghetto. There is nothing more ghetto than coming on a plane and farting in your seat. What?
I've never experienced such. Father Lord, I don't want to experience such ever, ever.
I have. What? You're trapped in a came in literally a box
Mm-mm.
that is in the air and somebody farts.
This is why I actually travel with like the travel size perfume or like the bathroom spray. It's not me you come and kill. And I'm not on rude manner. I'm gonna be like, excuse me, you mess. Just spritz, and we move.
No, but there's sometimes that I know. Look. I'm just like, and I don't know. I feel like it's an American thing, to be honest. If you ask me, no. I haven't. Nah, I feel like it's an American thing because in other in other places, people are very like when people are in public-ish kind of. There's
Areas.
a way people behave that's very like
We
you're
have
on your best
decorum.
behavior. Yes, you're on your best behavior, but here, like into like between flying from state to state, the kind of
Mm.
weirdness is just wild. Okay. So what's the next one? I just run through. Be a decent person about swapping seats. What do you think? Okay, so recently there was this video that went viral because someone was asking if they can sit down beside their child. And then because there was a person between them, and that person said no, everybody should stay in their seats.
Okay, in cases like that, as long as it's within the same row, I don't mind switching. But if I'm in first class and
Another way.
if I'm in first class and you are in economy and you're like, oh, do you want to switch so I can sit next to my auntie?
But if it was swapped, uncle, if you were in economy and the person was in first class, and the person
My dear, you want me to you said you want to help my dear. Come on, switch. I will switch with you. It's not a problem.
says, say no more. Just show me, just
I will,
point this out to me.
yes, I will take I will do it on your behalf. Don't worry. I will.
Don't
Thank
even
you.
worry. Well, I think that particular story, it was so ridiculous to me because that person was in the middle seat and the parent was on by the window and the other was by the aisle. I was like, no, it cannot be that.
I know the story you're talking about, and I didn't know that was the actual case. I thought like one parent was in one row and the other person was in
No, I
another.
heard about that one. I heard about that one. That's not the one. That one,
Mm.
that I feel like no matter what, right? No matter the role, no matter whatever, as long as it's not business class economy, first class economy,
Yeah,
it all comes down to the way the person asks. Once the person is not rude to you,
yeah, that is
I
true.
feel like just let it go. And then kids are very weird. You could have some kids. I know some kids that when they get hysterical and start crying, they throw up. The last thing I would want is for somebody else's child to throw
At
up
the
on me.
top.
So if what will make the difference is the parent sitting down beside their child,
Mm.
by all means, come get your child. Like do
Mhm.
whatever, But maybe you're yelling at somebody because you want to sit down beside your child. You're trying to blackmail them by making a video. All of
Uh,
that.
you will stay where you are, please. You want to blackmail me?
All of that is nonsensical. It's just nonsensical. The moment you do that, it's going to be a problem. The moment you do that, it's going to be a problem. And then I think the last one I have is the ever famous bending of yours. The ever famous leaning of your seat back to sleep. Oh my gosh. That thing pisses me off so much. It pisses me off so much. But
Even
I
if it's
could
a
stand
child,
it.
even if it's a child, because that's the only way that I will allow it. Like
No,
if
it pisses me off regardless because if you're a child, there is no need for you to lean back. Hello,
what if they're
why
tall?
are you leaning back?
What if they're tall?
A child that is tall, you are no longer a child. If you are that tall, that means you're taller than me. At that point, you're not a child anymore. I'm sorry. I would not regard you as a child because I also don't look my age. So I won't regard you as if you see all my siblings, they look like way younger than they are. So I would not take you as a child. I would automatically take you as an adult.
Uh-uh.
I would. I'm serious. See, look, before I used to just cope. I used to cope. I'm not tall.
This is
So I don't understand the reason why people are bending it that bad. I used to just manage, right? Until this particular guy, I was drinking a cup of coffee and this guy leaned back suddenly and everything spilled on my lap. I freaked out. I made a whole. If it was this period where people video everything, I would have gone viral because I was so upset.
but that I feel like the
I
guy was also being inconsiderate because you feel when someone has the like when someone puts the tray down from the
No,
back of
I don't even think some people know, but the least you can do is an excuse me.
me.
Because the excuse people have now is, oh, if I lean back, you to lean back, right? And let's
Mm.
all keep leaning back until the person at the back also leans. That's what they will tell you.
Ah,
Oh my gosh. I was on this flight with this Yoruba woman, and she leaned from the beginning of the flight. I was like, Madam, nothing has even happened yet.
she was tired.
She was like, you two lean back now. I was like, okay.
Auntie now.
Hollywood levels, no problem. No. Me too. Me too. The way she even tied her scarf, I know that you cannot fight with this person because anything can happen. So I was like, okay. Me too. I leaned back. When the person was like, I was like,
That's
talk to me.
right.
It's in front. It's not this being this is
I'm
above
like,
me.
so oh yeah, lean back, lean back. Let's start it
Everybody.
time.
But that's what happens. It's like a domino thing. Like one person leans back and the other people just lean back too.
Well, I'm a small person, so I don't like if as long as you are not like as long as you're not overly bigger than me and you're trying to like press it down. Do you? I will put my device on my lap and I will continue to watch my film and go. But when it comes to like sitting on airplanes, the thing that bothers me is if you know that we are sitting in the middle, don't try to occupy both of the armrests because you know that these airlines are cheap and me too. I want to put my arm somewhere.
Hmm.
And you're sitting here occupying the armrest that was meant for me and you see me sitting at the window. I want to occupy the one armrest that I have. Why? Why? Why are you this wicked? You cannot share. You have one armrest to the other side of you, but it's my own that you want to come and collect. Why?
I support you. And then the final one that I have to, my people are the ones that are guilty of this thing. Please stay in your seats until we get to what. Hey, Jesus! I have never.
Remember when we were flying? Remember when
You are on the you are at the third to the you are on the third to the last aisle to the back of the plane, and before the pilot has even packed. in his his parking spot. You have jumped up, you have removed that your box that is carrying all the diseases in the world. You
Yeah.
have started bringing
Surprisingly, like the flight that we took together, I feel like we didn't really see much. No, we actually did, and I was like, and I remember saying, "Where are you people going?" But I thought I said it in my mind, and then I was reminded that I said it out loud. But no, in reality, where are you going? If you know that you are sitting, if you are all the way in row 32, and you see people in row 12 that are still seated, why?
where are you running to? Why are you doing that?
Like I said, last, will you not leave this plane? Will they keep you here? Are you hostage?
Lagos, Lagos to London. Ah, that flight. Oh god. Lagos to Heathrow. Ah, that flight is epic. From where the pilot is hovering over the Atlantic Ocean, people have started removing their bag. I'm like, what is going on? What's happening?
God knows I cannot be a pilot, because if that's what we're doing, the plane will just do one loop like this. We'll just loop like this. Oh yeah, everybody, put your luggage back. We are experiencing turbulence
Then you
until
will- then you intentionally do the plane like this.
yes.
You do the plane like
So
this.
I want to know where you people are going. You see the seatbelt light still on, and you are arising. Where are you arising to?
Thou shall arise and shine.
You can shine, oh, but it's not for plane that you're going to be shining. Now torchlight, please rest.
No. Sometimes I'm just like, no, stop. You are at the back of the plane.
Yeah,
People in the front, they haven't even got up from their seats. What are you doing?
maybe they know something we don't know.
You're right.
Maybe they know something we don't know.
You're right. You're completely right. You're right.
Hmm.
You're right. Thank you, Deola, for coming on to the breakdown today.
Oh,
You have
you're
dropped some
welcome.
nuggets of wisdom that I will go think about. Maybe they know something that we don't know. I need to
You
join
see?
that group of people who know something that we don't know. So if you missed this particular video that we played at the beginning, you need to go back and watch. But just to give you guys a tidbit before we started our ditch or keep game, we watched the video. I'll play it as a outro, when we're leaving. But any final words, Deola, that you want to share with us?
Yes, people. When you are entering a plane, the entire flight process, let us be kind to one another. That's number one. Don't be in a rush to leave. You have been in the plane for how many hours now? It will not kill you to be the last person out, please. And number two, African parents, let us be exercising patience. It's not every time force. This is from your millennial
Auntie.
generation, please. No, auntie, please shout, please. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching the breakdown with Biodo today. I'm so proud of myself because my energy was low. I'm just,
No
I'm
coffee.
just tracking. I'm tracking. So thank you, Diola. Thank you for showing up with the bun and everything.
Yes, so we have to burn it.
All right, guys, let us know what your favorite part of this breakdown was and your thoughts on the parenting. And so we are going to head out with this TikTok video by Any, aka Heritage. And if you want to find his handle, it is at Any_cash on TikTok. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Diola.
Any. Bring pen and paper. Let's do shopping list. My son. Number 1 on the list. Cucumber. Juice. Chicken and turkey. Granite.
Peanuts.
What's wrong with you? I'm talking, you're saying peanuts, cucumber. It's not English. It's not English. Tell me. Shut up! I've been speaking English even before you were born. Over there playing pompous. My friend writes.
Okay, man.
Rubbish. Balsamic vinegar.
About
Curry and thyme. That's it. Rubbish.
how should I put it?
On my head. Put it.